Good morning. Good morning. My name is William Lawson. This is the Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. We trust that you are well this glorious day. It is October 26th. It is a Wednesday. Wednesday? So Wednesday. It is beautiful outside, 77 degrees Fahrenheit here in West Central Florida. And I, again, hope you are doing fabulously, fantastically, wonderful, amazing, because, I want you to be well. I want you to be well. Remember, every day it's raining. Excuse me, every day is a great day. Just some days it's raining. It's raining here at my house a little bit, but we are confident that the rain will stop very soon and the sun will shine. Will continue to shine because even when it's raining, the sun is still shining, even at night. All right. Well, again, thank you ever so much for spending some time with us. We appreciate it. I want to try something new with the broadcast here. I know. I'm always you always trying something new, like Miss Millie. Miss Miller always fussing over the colors. That is one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite movies. It just is. Just damn Miss Millie fussing over the colors. And if you know where that line's from, just put it in the comments here. I'd love to hear where you think that movie, where that line is from. I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you in the comments. How about that? So we're going to try to get some people involved in this conversation. I don't know. It doesn't really work with my workflow, but we'll do the best we can. All righty. Again, thank you again for coming. The Fetterman Oz is so bizarre. Debate was last night. My God. Not good. Not good. We talked about this yesterday, and we've been talking about this kind of thing, for a while. It's not good. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in a little bit. It's not good. It's not a good look. It's just not good. The word excruciating was put into play. Excruciating. We talked about Florida yesterday and how Governor DeSantis is leading the Democrats leading with Latino voters or Hispanic voters in Florida by 7 points. The news doesn't get any better for the left moving into the midterm elections, especially when it concerns Latina GOP candidates. It's driving them bananas. And I'll tell you why when we get back. Again, thank you ever so much for coming to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. We'll be back right after these messages. So is it okay now? Because it was, I mean, during the Trump administration, it's okay to talk about the president's.
Yeah, we talked about mental health elderly, so let's talk about this guy mental health.
The president's mental acuity, because there's sometimes where it seems to be lacking. Have you seen?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's especially bad. I mean, I'm talking about sometimes it's like really bad. Like, have you seen the picture?
I was told not to take any questions.
I was told not to take any questions. They're going to be mad at me.
They're going to be mad at me.
Mr.
President, are you the president or are you 5?
You see, what I want. See, the next question is, excuse me, Mr. President.
I was told to call on what you call it for NBC. Who's telling you to call on?
That's the question that we ought to be asking. Who's telling you this?
I mean, I don't understand why nobody won't ask that question.
Is Jen Psaki actually the president?
Who's telling you to call on these people in the media?
Is Jen Psaki actually the president?
Probably so.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. My name is Willie Lawson. It is October 26, 2022, in the year of our Lord. We appreciate you being here with us today on this beautiful Wednesday. We are in Hump Day. When watching TV was fun. Hump Day. Anyway. We did a story yesterday with Governor DeSantis leading by 7 points with Hispanics in Florida, and that in itself could make a huge difference to move some districts closer, because again, like we've been saying forever, you don't have to go into some of these heavily Democrat districts and win them, but you do have to move the needle. Like where I live is a 70-30 Democrat county commission district. It's a 70-30 U.S. House district. It's 70-30 Democrats. So you don't have to move the needle. I mean, you don't have to, win, but you have to move the needle. And what I mean by that is, so if you won 38% of the vote last time, you got to win 41, 42% of the vote this time, because then you've moved the needle. And a statewide race, if you can move the needle a few percentage points towards conservatives, you have a chance of winning. You have a chance of getting enough votes to win the state fairly easily if you just, in these places, move the needle. Another sports analogy. Today is sports analogy day, folks. Sorry, sports analogy days. It's like any team who wants to win a championship. The trick is this. The trick is you have to win. You have to win all your games. But you know what? You don't. You have to win the games you're supposed to win, and then steal a couple that you weren't supposed to win. That's how you do it. You have to win the games you're supposed. Listen carefully. You have to win the games you're supposed to win, and then steal a couple that you weren't supposed to win. When I say steal a couple, I mean surprise a few people, upset some folks. Florida State was not supposed to beat LSU. They beat LSU. Florida State was not supposed to beat Louisville. They beat Louisville. They've lost 3 in a row, so it didn't really work out for them because they didn't win the games they were supposed to win. Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not win in the past weeks, did not win the games they were supposed to win. They were supposed to beat Pittsburgh, and they were supposed to beat Carolina. So instead of being 3-4, they were supposed to be 5-2. 5-2 going into this part of the season sets them up pretty well in a crappy division. That's not what they did. But we can't do that as conservatives. We have to win the districts we're supposed to win, and then move the needle in the districts where it's going to be a little tougher to win. Not just throw your hands up like, oh, that's 70-30. We can't do anything in there. Good. Can you make it 60, 68, 32? In a statewide race, that matters. And I think that that's what is going on here. And it is even more frustrating, I think, to the left, to what's happening. I love what's happening. With the 2022 midterm elections just 2 weeks away, candidates on both sides of the political aisle are in the final stages of campaigning to win more voters before they head to the polls. And it's getting harder to do because early voting has already started. A lot of us, well, a good number of us in the past 2 days in Florida have already voted. So all this hopping around, jumping around, the debates, when the debates happen after early vote starts, is maybe not necessary because we've already picked our favorite team. I'm going to be a Florida State, Seminole fan, not a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, regardless. Doesn't really matter. This year's election cycle includes a wave of Latino candidates, particularly Latino GOP candidates. And that, you see, it used to be Black Republicans used to blow them, and still do, blow the minds of liberals, especially white liberals in particular. They just don't understand. Before we get to the story, let me go down this paved rabbit trail. I remember being at WTMP, is a legacy radio station here in town on a program called Porch Talk Radio. Porch Talk Radio was led by my dear friend Eddie Adams Jr., who passed away recently. Sylvia, we love you, we do, and we miss Eddie. Okay, and we were getting ready to go into the studio to do the show, and we're out in the waiting room, and this Black woman said, "I've never met a Black Republican." It was like, do we have horns? Do we have an extra arm growing out of our back? What? So why? And she and God bless her, she was serious. So why are you a Republican? Why are you Democrat? Based on what you've seen from the Democrat Party in Democrat-run districts, like the one we're living in now, why are you a Democrat? And she spit off a whole bunch of things that they normally do. And I just said, has it made any difference where you live? Are you still fighting the same demons and the same things you were fighting when you were growing up? Has anything changed? So why would you continue doing the same thing? So we blow the minds that, Black conservatives blow people's minds, and they immediately, so they don't have to engage you, put you in the crap category. They put you in the basket of deplorables. You obviously are a self-hating Negro, is what they call you. You obviously are an Uncle Tom, although they've obviously not read or even gotten the Cliff Notes on what Uncle Tom's Cabin is all about. Hell, don't read it. Just get the Cliff Notes. Hell, don't even buy the Cliff Notes. Go to the bookstore and pick up the Cliff Notes to Uncle Tom's Cabin and read through the paragraph in the store. Forget about the book. Don't do that. Don't even buy the book or buy the Cliff Notes. Just read it. Read it in the store. Go to Barnes & Noble and just read it there and buy a cup of coffee. And then you go, oh, so Uncle Tom was a hero. Yes. Let me come back down the rabbit trail. It's a wave of Latino GOP candidates running to flip the House to a Republican majority. And all the candidates I'm going to mention right now, all six Latino GOP candidates are women. That really blows their mind. But this shouldn't come as a surprise. According to the Wall Street Journal, working class Latino voters are becoming the new pillar of the Republican Party. I don't know if I'd say that, due to largely ideological differences over the economy, education, immigration, and family values. Where the left has gone off the track is their social agendas. Where Republicans were losing it, conservatives were losing it, is some conservatives were trying not to talk or speak social issues. My libertarian friends were doing this. Social issues are important to people, and anything that's important to people, we have to address. These Hispanic candidates are doing just that. This is why they're creating such a stir. An NBC News Telemundo poll released on October 2nd found that Democrats still maintain a majority of Latino support, like they do Black support, but that support has notably declined over the past decade. What's going on? Say it. We are moving the needle. Moving the needle. On issues of the economy, crime, and border security, Latinos surveyed in a poll shared that they prefer Republican leadership. Reports from the left-leaning outlets, including CNN, acknowledge that this is the shifting demographic that could swing major races in the Democratic congressional districts. Latino voters play an outsized role in the battlegrounds that will determine the control of Congress later this year. Politico wrote on October 16th, just 10 days ago, another report from an outlet acknowledged that House Republicans could be on track to increase their number of Latino members in 2023 by 50% or more. After concerted recruitment efforts and a slew of summer primary wins by Hispanic, Latino, and Latino candidates from Oregon to Texas to Virginia. Now, due to Biden failing policies on countless issues, several Latino Republicans have come forward to challenge the Democrats in the elections in hope of flipping their seats, including in historically blue districts near the U.S.-Mexico border. A recent Vox article says, if there's a red wave in 2022, it will be powered by Latina candidates. From Texas to Virginia, here are 6 of them. Representative Maya Flores from the 34th District of Texas. She flipped the seat that was historically held by Democrats. Absolutely amazing. So, of course, after she won, Democrats just lost their mind, showcasing how progressives do not celebrate women shattering the glass ceiling if they're Republican. Well, yeah, we know that. You know, you would think that there would be this big celebration that this Hispanic woman won this seat, but she's a Republican. Sorry. Here's what was said. Representative Vicente Gonzalez, a man, Democrat from Texas, claimed she, quote, stole her seat from the special elections opponent, Dan Sanchez, and even claimed that Flores can't think for herself, can't speak for herself, can't act for herself, and can't vote for herself. So this man, Vicente Gonzalez, attacks this Latina woman who now is in the House of Representatives. And where's the left to defend her? Not there, because they don't care about that. And then there's another district in Texas, Monica de la Cruz, sorry. You notice how you're saying, you know, Hispanic names, you want to get that Spanish affectation. Monica de la Cruz. Like Flores, congressional candidate Monica de la Cruz is a border patrol wife. Wow. Running for office in a historically Democrat, a majority Hispanic district in South Texas. Well, it seems to me that the majority Hispanic district in South Texas sees firsthand the damage caused by the policies of the White House, and especially in her house, seeing that her husband is a border agent. So all these people are doing and telling the truth. Monica de la Cruz for Congress tweeted this: I'm a conservative, Hispanic woman, running to flip a district that has been Democrat for 118 years. Help me fight the Biden administration on illegal immigration. With your help, I know that we can win this cycle. She's from there. She grew up in Brownsville, and she's seen firsthand the deterioration of the security of the international border and the issues that have stemmed from it. She knows. However, Julio Rosa, each time I asked those who passed by us if they liked Biden, they always replied with an enthusiastic yes. While there were certainly other factors for the massive influx we're seeing, the Biden administration's rhetoric and policies are a big factor. This is back in the same heavily used trail from McAllen. We were in the area for less than 10 minutes and 49 illegal immigrants, many of them children, walked by. So Julio Rosa, who is the town hall guy, was asking the illegal immigrants if they liked Biden. They were like, yes, we love Biden. So the idea that Joe Biden and this administration has not opened the gates and are not sending a signal to people to come on up, come on up, is nonsense, because what's happening is that these folks are hearing that dog whistle. Couldn't wait to use that phrase today, that dog whistle, and are entering our country illegally, and nobody is stopping them. Julio Rosa, the last time that he tweeted, talked about there was about 49 unaccompanied children. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. Somebody else, Casey Garcia, another Democrat in Texas District 28, South Texas Latina running to flip a seat in the House that is Cassandra Casey Garcia, the Republican candidate in the state's 28th congressional district. Then President Trump appointed Garcia in July 2022 as commissioner for the White House Hispanic Prosperity Initiative, and was later Senator Ted Cruz's deputy state director. Garcia's opponent, of course, is a longtime Democrat, Representative Henry Cuellar, who has been representing the district since 2004. And she's about to turn the table over. They hate when that happens. Garcia was just endorsed by Nikki Haley. He's obviously endorsed by President Trump. Okay, all right, I know you said those are all in Texas, Willie. Catalina Loft, running to flip a seat in the American heartland, is Catalina Loft, who is up against longtime Democrat Representative Bill Foster, who was first elected to Congress in 2012. Loft is a second-generation Latin woman who was one of the youngest presidential appointees in the United States Department of Commerce. She tweeted this recently. My mom came to this country legally from Latin America, and my father ran a small business right here in Illinois. I grew up knowing and cherishing the American dream. Now I am running for Congress to protect that dream and be the independent voice that serves you. They're freaking out. They don't know what to do. Virginia, Yesli Vega, running in Virginia's 7th congressional district, is Yesli Vega, a military wife and a law enforcement officer who grew up against who was up against Democratic incumbent Abigail Spanberger. Now, Spanberger pulled out of the debate against Vega this month because of her own, because Larry O'Connor from Town Hall, Salem, was going to be the moderator. She was like, it's not going to be fair. Well, it's not going to be leftist. It's going to be fair. Many of us said, in the past few election cycles, why are Republican candidates agreeing to debates with the moderator being, I don't know, PBS, from CNN, from MSNBC? Well, why don't we just do what Abigail Spanberger did when she found out that the the moderator was going to be Larry O'Connor. She was like, I'm not doing that. That's not going to be right. That's not going to be fair. Vega was born to Salvadorian immigrants who fled the Civil War. She grew up in Virginia and entered law enforcement following a tragedy that caused by gang members, resulting in a friend losing his life and her brother being severely wounded. So she's seen how all that goes bad, and is doing something that a lot of us should do. She's taking a stand. She's putting her head in the noose. And then here in Florida, Ana Paulina Luna is running to flip House seat vacated by former Florida Governor Charlie Crist, who left the position to challenge Republican incumbent Governor Ron DeSantis in the midterms. Luna, an Air Force veteran, was endorsed by former President Trump in this race. Anna grew up in one of South California's low-income communities with parents who separated when she was very young. Anna's website noticed that her mother chose life after her father asked for an abortion. At age 9, Anna experienced an armed robbery and survived. In high school, a fatal gang shooting occurred at her school while she was on campus. She lost her cousin to an act of violence while she was still a teenager, and at 19, she joined the U.S. Air Force. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. Well, she met her husband, Andy. Andy. After Andy sustained a major injury serving in Afghanistan, the two became involved in several veteran-focused organizations. Luna has joined Turning Point USA as a national director of Hispanic engagement. Her website states that she is committed to showing people that there is another way, and that big government is the problem, not the solution. So you have these 6 Republican, at least Republican women running for Congress. 6. Okay. Now there are 435 positions that in the U.S. House of Representatives. You have 6 that can make a difference. And none of them are being held up and cheered by the left, by the third wave feminists. Not at all, because all of these women would have kept their children. All of these women believe in a more traditional role. All of these women believe that government is not the solution, but oftentimes is the problem. Wow. But it showcases the hypocrisy of the left. I can't sit here and endorse all 6 of these women, but I will cheer them on. I will cheer them on. All right, folks. Let's see here. Yeah. Thank you ever so much for joining us today. We appreciate you. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.